All right, that's doing that.
Ooh, good God. Okay.
What?
So I did a speed test before earlier, and it was like at best it was like 60 or 75 or something like that megabytes per download, and it just when I put the Ethernet in, it's at 120.
Damn.
Damn.
Mine was at 160 something with the Ethernet plugged in.
With the Ethernet. Well, no, here mine is not plugged in. Let's see what I get. Oh, I lied. Mine is actually plugged in. Now I think about it.
But my uploads went down for some reason. Like it was at 4.5, and then it went down to 2.6.
Oh. I really want to get Fios because they say the uploads and downloads are the same speed.
Yeah.
But like my download was like 160 something and my uploads was like 11.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me because it's like I barely upload anything. So
Right.
If anything, it's like pictures. Or
Although isn't video chatting uploading?
I think.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember how that actually works.
Justin went to college for it for like a class or two.
More for like design.
Oh, true.
Side note: have you guys ever tried entering, like, redeeming digital comics from like the Marvel stuff?
Yes, their website's terrible.
It's fucking awful.
It's
I literally entered
worst
code 6
to-
times and it finally went through.
Did you join the rewards thing?
Yeah, that was.
Well, I did too, and it took me forever, and then it just wouldn't take the code anymore.
Right. Well, the thing is like I'd enter it and it'd like bring me back to like the code and entry screen, and then I go click my collection, and it wasn't there, and I'm like, okay. And then sometimes it'd be like 403 error, and I'm like, okay. And then I entered again, it's like you're redeem this, and then it was in my collection. I'm like, okay. I was like,
What?
what?
All right. I mean, we're live, right? We're live on YouTube.
We're live on YouTube. Whenever you are ready, I will hit live for Facebook.
Oh, we're doing Facebook too? Okay.
Damn, Branden wasn't ready for this. He got to go take a shower.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, put on your sexy face. Oh, wait, you already got it on.
Right. Oh, wait.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, how about that fucking guy in my league? God, I just want to stab him.
What if he's watching right now on YouTube?
Right.
He doesn't. I don't even think he knows how to use the internet.
Oh, true. Then that's how mad you are.
Yeah, I'm fine with him being gone. I mean, if he doesn't want to, but it's like literally because he doesn't want to go to. Like, I don't know. He was a person last year that I also showed you stuff.
Oh yeah.
Who's like,
is it at a different person's house every year or?
No, it's been usually at my house, but then we did the year-end party at my friend David's house. He just has like a basement with a lot more room than our living room for 12 people.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, we'll just do it there. And everyone's like, oh yeah, that's fine, that's cool. We'll do this, we'll do that. I'm like, all right, cool. But Aaron wasn't at the year-end party.
Oh.
And then this is the same person also that at the end of the year, I'm like, you won $20 this year. Do you want me just to bring it to work? No, just disperse it amongst everyone. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, I don't know if I'm being in the league next year, and it's $20, so whatever. I'm like,
motherfucker, that's 6 comics. What are you talking
like,
Wait,
yeah, that's
so
like,
Justin, when you say year-end party, do you mean like a party that's just at the end of the year, or do you mean a New Year's Eve party?
no, like at the end of the football season.
Oh,
Like the last week, like the last games, we got together and watched it together.
I was like, is that just like a Chicago thing for a New Year's Eve party?
That's what you say, Chicago.
You drive out, you go to Chicago, it's about 15 minutes away. You go to your year-end party. Some Portillo's hot dogs, don't put ketchup on it, though.
You're either too close to your mic or just really loud, Justin.
No, I'm too close to my mic.
Okay.
I'm overcompensating because the baby's on the other side. Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay. Melissa might dive in and out here and there, but
that's fine. My wife might dive in and out here and there. Hello, dog.
All right, so I'm gonna start Facebook, and then actually I need to open this to make sure it's not doubling up.
Melissa.
About a week ago.
About 3 weeks ago.
True. All right, and then I should probably pull this up.
Melissa. Oh God.
That was your phone, right?
Yeah. But it still looks like it's echoing. Up.
Hold on.
It might be changed. Oh God. Yeah. Now you just gotta make that full screen. Still looks like it's echoing. Up. It might be changed.
Yeah, it looks good now. Hey, what's the? This is gonna sound really stupid, but what's the button you hit for full screen? Is it F11?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. There, that'll look better on the video.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh, true.
Oh, let me share this really quickly.
Yep, I tagged you in it, but I'll share it too.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
It's really weird because I can hear you talking on the video on the phone, and I can hear you, and I'm like,
oh,
you just said that. Like, shut up. Like, okay. So yeah.
Do.
I'm fidgeting it.
Wait, you're fidgeting it? What do you think? You're cool?
Like, throw that into something accidentally and break something.
I've dropped it on my phone multiple times.
I do this. I do like the. Phoenix loves it too, but I don't give it to him because Melissa's afraid that there might be lead in it. Because from China.
True.
Is that racist? Probably a little bit.
Probably a little bit. All right. Ready for this?
All right.
Yes.
Is anybody watching? Damn, don't say yes like that, Brandon.
My bad.
You too.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SPR Presents MIDA Multicast. I am Steven. That's Justin and Brandon. For a warning, we are going to be talking about the video game Destiny and Destiny 2 on this live video. If anybody is interested, probably not, but what else? We're doing it anyway. You're interested. I know. Melissa's interested. She's just back there doing work. LuLaRoe
She's
Melissa
making money to support my comic addiction.
LuLaRoe Melissa McFadden on Facebook. If you guys want some,
buy some nice stuff. I gotta put this away before the whole podcast is just me spinning a spinner.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Destiny 2 beta that occurred about a week ago. Right.
Yes.
So we'll. Did you put? Yeah, you put a full screen. All right. So overall thoughts, general thoughts, Justin, Brandon.
Brandon can go first because his name starts with a B.
Cool.
From this,
I'm down. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, obviously there wasn't too much to work through. I unfortunately missed the that 1 hour farm social space.
I missed it too.
Yeah. I did not.
I didn't know it was only for an hour. And like I came inside to try it out, and it was like 2 o'clock. I guess it started at 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, I liked it. I liked it. PvP seems to be pretty fun overall. I didn't find myself too like upset with any one particular moment. The strike was pretty awesome, I thought. And God, I'm like blanking on the name of the Homecoming. Was actually really cool, I thought. So I'm hoping that's just the first of many awesome missions.
Yeah, I really liked it. So I'm just super hyped now. I'm just like, all right, got 5 weeks. Just hurry up.
You really like the beta, or you really liked Homecoming?
Everything.
Yeah.
PvP was fun because I was like over 1 KD, but it was because of the assist count, which we'll get into a little bit. But
yeah.
So but yeah, I'm gonna get more deep into it a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was a good beta. I mean, it wasn't like Destiny 1's beta where it was like a bunch of missions and a strike and this and that. But I don't know. I think that's kind of probably because the story probably has a bunch of spoilers that they don't want out there yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it seems like the story is definitely going to be better. So.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. The world, the one strike that you got to play was a lot bigger, and I definitely liked. At least it seemed bigger. Maybe not as like area wise, but like depth wise, it just.
That's
felt...
what she said.
Yeah, you're right. Josh said we can't hear you. Josh said we can't hear you, Justin. No sound.
Can't hear me only?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep, can't hear you for some reason.
Let's see.
We're gonna pause 10 seconds for our station identification.
Station identification. What if I do this?
This has been a broadcast by Same Person Radio, SPR Radio, featuring MIDA Multicast.
All right, so testing. Josh, let me know if you can hear this. Also, I guess I could just open my own damn phone and look.
There we go.
Boom. It's because the streaming thing I had my mic muted, so it wasn't taking any mic audio.
Oh, so this entire time you've been talking about
I didn't say anything important. I probably won't the rest of the podcast either. So
is it going to be like pause during the podcast? I mean, or like the silent?
Right. Yeah. There's going to be like 30 seconds of silence, and me and Branden are like talking to nobody.
So welcome to Same Person Radio. That's Branden. That's Steven. I really like the thing or the beta. So did Branden, and that's what we got so far.
All right, back on. So yeah, beta was good. PvP, I liked it. I don't know if I'm a fan of the 4v4, but we'll get into that. But we'll start off with the first thing that you get into is the one mission you get to play, Homecoming. That was the most fun in a PvE besides a raid that I've had, I think, in Destiny overall. Like, that mission was just awesome. Being able to play with the NPCs and like having, I don't know, it felt like actual story, like an actual story. I feel like most of Destiny 1's missions were just like missions, like you just went through an area, whereas this one was like, this is the story. This is how,
exactly.
Yeah. So
and you're barely listening to Ghost tell you what to know.
Yeah, like fuck you, Ghost. We're doing what we want.
Shit's getting roll. Fuck off, Ghost. I mean,
you're on a roll.
Yeah, no, I really, to be honest, it's still probably my favorite mission that I think I've ever played in Destiny, period. The only thing that probably comes close is that final mission in Rise of Iron, just because it was like cool, like when
the end,
shit like falls from the ceiling, you're like, oh shit, but it was nowhere. I don't even think even on the scale of that. Like that was like that last mission of Rise of Iron was basically just like, here's what could happen if we really focus on story, and they really expanded it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like every time you turn like a corner or went through a door, you're like, holy shit, like freaking fangirling out.
Question: during the cutscenes in Destiny 1, our Guardian talked
once or twice. I think it was twice. The entire series only talked twice, so that we don't get voices any. Destiny 2 from our own character, which I'm okay with. But how hard is it to get a generic male or female?
And and then that's like probably one of my only like nitpicks about the Homecoming is at that very end where like Ghost falls off and you're like just silent, like I feel like you should be going no or something like that. And he's just like, bye. Get away. It's completely silent. It's just I feel like it loses a little bit of impact there. But other than that,
now that you say that, I kind of like in my head, I guess I was yelling no as the ghost fell, and then I'm like, wow, he actually didn't say anything. Like that's kind of terrible. Like,
he's just kind of.
I didn't even like realize it, but now I'm gonna not be able to not realize it.
Right. Thanks, Branden. Branden, you ruined the mission for us. God.
Destiny 2 just went from being a 10 out of a 10 to at least a 4 out of 10.
And then like
at most.
And then the other part where he's not talking.
Oh, here we go.
Where he's like, you remember how I told you never to speed or something like that?
Yeah.
And your Guardian just kind of looks at him. It's like he can just say yeah or something.
He could be like, motherfucker, shut up. Like
he's like he just stares at him.
Yeah. I don't know. It was still a really good mission. I thought with like kind of the two-parter. The ending in the beta was really good. Like not confusing or difficult like people said, and then they've already changed it to make it not as difficult at the end of the mission. So, but the cutscene was pretty cool, and seeing Gaul for the first time was like, I legit am scared of that guy. Like that's how good of a villain I think he's gonna be.
Yeah, they did definitely do a good job with Gaul. I think that like I don't feel like ever with like, well, I guess you didn't know Atheon before the actual getting to Atheon, but like Crota and all stuff, you're like, yeah, whatever. I want to kick this guy's ass. Whereas Gaul, you're like, shit, this might be like he fucking took our light. Like he came prepared. So
yeah, like Oryx was kind of interesting, but it's more because of just like the spectacle in terms of power and strength he had. Like it wasn't all that investing as in terms of like personality and stuff like that.
Right. And I mean, the lore behind Oryx was pretty cool, but that was stuff you had to actually go in and dig in and get. So I'm kind of hoping, however they do the lore in this game, we get the backstory of Gaul and like how he came to power and why he's the big bad. And I don't know, it's going to be pretty awesome. The other part of that mission, like I said, was the NPCs, like getting to the part in the tower where you're by Zavala and you got to, fight through the waves, but he's putting up a bubble for you. Like it doesn't matter what subclass you are. He's like, come here, I'm going to protect you. Here's my bubble. And then you can go fuck shit up. Like I thought that was pretty cool.
The thing that like even more than that, only because we knew about it, was Zavala wasn't much of a surprise. The part where I was like, oh shit, was when you run into Shax. Fucking raise lighter on his back, and he's just like, you go forward or whatever, and I'll make sure these civilians make it safe. So you see all the civilians of the tower just kind of like scared looking. You're just like, God damn, Shax, you badass.
So sorry, go ahead.
Was that Shax or was that the Rise of Iron guy?
That was Shax.
Oh, was Shax?
Yeah.
The sword, yeah.
Because supposedly Saladin should be at the
the Iron Temple. That's right.
Yeah.
In theory.
So do you think they'll actually give us an exotic like that, or do you think it'll just be like a legendary, or not? Legendary, or
if we start off the mission like if that's the first mission, then one of two. My theory is that we're going to start off at level 1, and then it'll just be a normal gun. It'll be like the Kvastov. Or we do start off with all light like that, and then when Gaul defeats us, we lose everything. Like when he, at the end of the mission, we just lose everything and have to start all over. I think that would be cooler, I think, but I think that we're going to start at level 1, and that'll be the Kvastov. Excuse me, the Kvastov is what we'll be getting.
Yeah,
right.
I could see us like starting at level 1, but they give us like 200 light level during that mission, and then afterwards it goes back down to whatever would be the base.
Right.
Of your like armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think kind of what you were saying, Steven, for like your second idea. Like I think that first mission you'll start obviously full power or whatever, kind of like we were. But I think from that time where you get kicked off the ledge or whatever to when the next part of the game starts, I think your light's gone, and I think that'll be kind of the focus of the beginning is getting your raising your power back up. The only thing is I could see them doing is have you keep like them actually giving you an exotic just because here's a free exotic kind of thing. I don't know, but maybe not. Maybe you'll go to that armory area and you'll pick up a legendary or
just a regular blue.
Right, or something like that. Like,
well, but the reason I thought it was going to be just a regular weapon is because if you looked at at least from what I remember, the stack of guns, literally it was the stack of the same guns. Like it looked like the most generic gun. Right. It looked like a Vanguard auto rifle or something that you'll pick.
Right.
So that's what my reasoning was for that.
Have we had any confirmation? I haven't seen anything that there is even blue, greens, or whites.
No.
I wonder if they'll just be everything's purple unless it's exotic.
I don't think so.
I guess
I don't know.
I feel like they'll have, because there's no weapon with different perks. It's every weapon has different perks, right? So I'm thinking that there will be still, I think there'll still be like commons and uncommons, which are the whites and the greens, and then the rares will be blue. I think we'll still have that. It's just the weapon may have better perks, or I guess something. Right, or more, more. I'm assuming more perks. Yeah, more perks, and then like maybe as you go up, like legendaries have a deeper pool of perks they can use. So I don't know. I think that would be, something to work on. How about the strike, the inverted spire strike? So not only did we get to do the strike, but people were definitely like roaming around. And I don't know if Bungie meant to do this, but there was definitely the event where enemies were coming at each other. Like that was happening the entire time. And they were, I don't know if we were under leveled, but they were kicking ass. Like the enemies.
Yeah, they were pretty difficult. Actually, I think they were over leveled, weren't they? Because I think Mark pointed out that their light level was higher, or maybe that was the main boss. I can't remember.
Yeah, because at one time I don't remember if it was you, Steven, or Mark, but one time someone went off the beaten path and got somewhere and found enemies, but they're all question marks. So they had to be higher. I think maybe it was Mark.
It might have been Mark, yeah. I don't remember seeing any question marks.
That was really cool because like all of a sudden they had those man cannons, and it was just like, oh, and then you had to go kill the one dude, and then
right. One thing, well, I'll get into that in a little bit about some of the changes to PvE. But the strike itself, I thought was a pretty cool strike. It had, like I said, a lot of depth in the game as far as like spaces and being able to go different places. There was even some spaces we couldn't go in that. But then I thought the ending of the strike with the boss fight, I like multi-tiered fights like that. I thought it was pretty cool. Having it that way.
Yeah, the whole time we were playing it, well, I got booted the one time and couldn't get back in. But the whole time you're playing it, you're thinking, you're just like, I was thinking back in my head, like, I don't know if they've confirmed nightfalls are a thing, I'm not sure. But if there is, and when this thing's a nightfall, it's gonna be a fucking bitch, depending what the perks, like what the modifiers are. But I was just like, damn, this is already kind of like, it's a little tough. It's like it's not definitely it's not like Shield Brothers. We're just like, all right, fuck this shit up. All right, we're done. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was interesting to see also the new enemies that were there. Cabal, I thought in Destiny 1 were some of the tougher ones to beat, like as far as race goes, because of just like the shields and different things like that they had. But then they've even made them more badass in this one, with like the failing shield that can like. He could set his own barrier up, basically. Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed the Scions have like jetpacks.
Yeah.
So that was kind of crazy.
And the what is it? The Dregs have like this new weapon. They have kind of like their own arc staff.
Yeah.
So, there's like wizards or something. They're witches or wizards. I forgot which one it was, but there's like a new fallen class because like I was during that whole thing that public event that thing was kind of happening. At one point, we were standing around just messing with that, and also I'm like, what are these enemies? And then like you said, they have like a staff, and they're called something different. It was either wizard or witches, whatever the one's the opposite of the one that's already existing.
Wizards is.
I think wizards exist, so there were witches or whatever. And I was like, damn.
Yeah. So, has there ever been a world where like 3 of the enemies have all been inhabiting it? Like, usually there's only like 1 or 2, right?
So let me see. On Earth,
Dreadnought-ish, if you count Taken.
Yeah,
because they're higher there in Cabal, but I don't know if I'd really count Taken because Taken's just like a alternate version of the existing stuff. I kind of feel like it's just kind of not
that happened on Earth. When the Taken came, that happened on almost every planet. Because on Mars it was Cabal and Vex, Earth it was Hive and Fallen, Venus was
Mars was Vex and Cabal.
Yeah.
So I guess not. I guess it is the first time then.
That'd be kind of cool if there's more there's more enemies like that we don't know about in certain areas. So
yeah, we still haven't seen the Hive. We don't know what's going on with them.
The only thing we've seen from that is that's like kind of still image in one of the videos where the knight had like wings. He looked like a baby oryx.
He looked like a black like demon looking thing. It still looks like a knight kind of, but like you said, like had like wings and shit.
Right.
It almost kind of like green lines on it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But overall, like, yeah, the strike for me seemed pretty cool. I don't know where I'd rank it in my all of Destiny strikes, but
what I liked was like it was a lot like, I think as far as strike design, one thing like what I always are looking for like a strike is that it feels like a 3-person raid almost, where there's like, okay, there's this part, and then there's this next part you have to take care of, and then there's this next part where it's not like just a straight through mission kind of thing. Like, all right, get to the end of this mission, take care of this, and then you're done. It's
right.
strikes I like with like Devil's like Sepix Perfected, for instance. Like there's the one part where you're in that room and you have to wait for the gates to go down, and then you face like the tank, and then you go and face him. This is kind of like that. I feel like we're like you know. The first part, you get that one part in that like little room where all the Cabal with the cleavers, the Red Legion guys,
right.
Yeah,
that's the grinder thing. I wish that was a little more. When I first saw, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die a bunch," but I don't think I ever died once at that part. So
yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's like you don't nearly have to go as far as I thought you did. Like I had a feeling you had to go like all the way around.
Right. Well, and
I
like
think
more direct in the path. Like I feel like you have to kind of like really kind of fuck it up to actually get hit by that thing.
Right.
Or like just not be paying attention and like jump and then be like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
It'll
definitely be tougher I think at that point when it is a nightfall or it is a heroic, when there's actually more enemies. When I was playing through it like with randos, they would just like kind of run through and then I'd be stuck trying to fight everybody, and that didn't
right.
Especially because you ran out of ammo, because ammo was very scarce.
Yes.
So,
I do like how like a lot of the areas are kind of separated by like whether it's, you know, no ground or whatever, so that you're not like constantly, you know, using your sparrow to get to like halfway through the mission already. Like there's moments where you literally have to fight through, or you have to jump, or there's like so many obstacles in the way.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. That's actually probably because like there's parts of those man cannons, and that's literally the only way to get to the next part. Like you can't get there
exactly.
Because in a lot of the old strikes, you just go in with like a random, and they'd be like, "See you later," and you wouldn't even see them until like the end, or like till the part where like it locks you off.
Right.
And they're just sitting there, and you get pulled through, and you're like, "Okay, well, I guess you know." I mean, I was actually trying to do some shit with bounties, but I guess that doesn't matter.
Nope, not anymore. So overall PvE changes. What were you like? What are some changes that you didn't like in PvE?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't notice that many like negative changes that have seemed to be going around like the community. I mean, I guess I can see it maybe takes a little bit longer to kill off enemies, but it didn't seem that difficult to me.
One thing that speaking of not being able to kill off enemies, one thing I did not like, and I don't know if you guys, I'm sure obviously you both hunters, played the Golden Gun class, and that perk that they have set where you get 6 shots, but they're not as powerful. You can't even one shot.
No, you can't. It's you have to 2-shot a regular like Centurion or whatever it is, like what are those regular ones called? Like the
Legionaries.
Yeah, like you have to 1-shot or 2-shot those. Like only like the only like 1-shots were like the oh my god, well I can't.
Were there the Scions?
Yeah, Scions, and then like Drags and stuff like that. All the lower tiered things are the 1-shots, and I guess they do explode still, which is I guess is an automatic perk now.
I think that's with the grouping.
So which I guess kind of helps, but it doesn't. It's not that. It's like just kind of a burn, really. It's not really that much of an impact. But I'm okay with it, I guess, because if you use it right, it's definitely a crowd clearer.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
The good part is, well, I'll get back to it, I guess, in PvP.
Yeah. That was the only, I think, super that I had an issue with as far as in PvE. Justin, did you have anything on those?
Yeah. The one thing I didn't like was, I'm sure they're going to adjust this because they already adjust the super thing. For PvE, I didn't mind it as much, I guess, the super and ability recharge, but it was the ammo. I felt like I was constantly running out of ammo.
Yeah.
And it was almost like juggler was on, but obviously it wasn't. And there was just like there's like times it was I seemed like it always would run out. Like I'm fine with it taking more bullets to kill something, but I want to have more bullets then.
Right. Like
don't give me less. Right.
Always give me
like
something from a kill. Like if it's
right. Like no, I mean, and I think they kind of said already that was kind of a glitch, and that's already been fixed, and it'll be better in the main game, which I guess we'll see. That's fine. I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest. So it's still fun. And then, yeah, I guess that's basically it. It was just like just the ammo thing. I just because like Melissa had mentioned it first, and she got a little bit ahead of me in the homecoming mission when we first started playing, and then I got to the same part she did, and I had the same issue, and I was like, well, damn, I don't have any power ammo. I don't have any. I think it was the secondary ammo, or it's not secondary, the energy ammo. And I was like, all I got is kinetic, and I'm like running out, and the gun I had, I was like, this isn't working very well. I'm just like sitting in behind, like, kill you, hopefully you drop an ammo box. Oh, you didn't? Fuck. All right, I guess that's that. Like sometimes I was just like, I'm just gonna run out and die so I can get more ammo because I'll just be able to respawn.
Right. I think I only ran out of ammo a few times actually, and I noticed that was when like I had a setup of like two like very like a auto rifle or a what are the new ones?
Submachine gun?
Yeah, like when I had like two of those set, and I'm using a lot of bullets to go through, but when I was alternating between like an auto rifle and a hand cannon, I didn't have that much problem as much. I don't know if that's their intent. Is like, maybe they want you to have one that's more precision, you're using less bullets to save you ammo with the other one. But I mean, like I said, the only time I really noticed it was when I was using two like extremely fast like firing rifles and stuff like that. And I'm just going through bullets constantly.
Yeah. I definitely think that's what they kind of want you to do is since now there's technically like two primaries in a way, they want you to use both of your primaries and like alternate and like I mean, even though they're like, oh, you can have two scouts, like no one's gonna actually like I don't think they actually want you to do scouts. They want you to be like they want to give you that freedom, but at the same time they want you to be like, okay, I'm gonna have like a longer range gun and I'm gonna have like a upper close gun, and then I have my power for when shit gets real type thing.
Right.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the overall gun changes there? Like, I guess we're kind of getting into it.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Well, before you go back, I just wanted to say one more thing about the gunslinger. Like, so I didn't have as much of a problem about it in PvE, mainly because Arcstrider is a powerhouse now in PvE, which is like a complete opposite of
Blade Dancer.
Blade Dancer. Like, I mean, because it's like, if you think about it, even when like you had like in Nightfalls or in like the Daily Strikes or something like that, when you had the arc buff, you'd still go to like Night Stalker or something like that because it's still the better option. Because like even when you had the buff of like the arc blade did nothing, now you're just kind of destroying people. So that's much better. So I mean, I'll definitely be when I'm doing PvE, I'll definitely be doing Arcstrider now.
Yeah, and in Destiny 1, I'm pretty sure exclusively for any PvE content on my Hunter, it was always Night Stalker, like no matter what it was. I mean, unless we were doing like I needed the Nighthawk for Crota or something, everything was always Night Stalker. I don't think I ever played Blade Dancer in PvE just because it sucked.
Yeah, they did a great. Yeah, to be honest, I was really worried about Night Stalker or not Night Arcstrider. I was really excited. I was like, it looks like Blade Dancer, but then actually like playing it, I was like, it's gonna be worthless in PvE. And then once you play it, it's like, nope, it's actually really good in PvE.
Yeah.
Definitely the one you want to use in PvE.
Yeah,
at least for right now. The one thing I will say about Hunters is maybe it's just gonna take time for me to get used to doing it, but that dodge I think is next to useless for me. It's just because like the one I want to use with the reload is more of like a sachet to the side. It doesn't actually like it's not very hard to be like and then like follow.
Right.
Whereas the roll one, it works better as far as dodging, but then you have to be like melee dodge, dodge back, melee, or whatever, and
I actually found that pretty useful.
Melee one?
Yeah, in the part of the strike where you you like drop down and then you fight like a couple of the machete guys and then like all those dogs start coming. Literally, I was just like melee, dodge, melee, dodge, melee, dodge, melee, dodge, like because it was perking so much and procking. So I thought it was just pretty cool that, that you could do that. Like like it did proc like it said. So I just thought if you're in like a group of stuff like that, you can literally just melee dodge and get out.
Right.
It worked for me.
I guess the bigger issue I had was in PvP, and we're talking about PvE right now, but mostly. But yeah, and PvE, I guess I could see how that would work a little bit better because the melees actually do at least especially like the lower enemies. You could probably do that, and that would actually work, and you could kill people. Whereas in PvP, like, yeah, that's not going to work as well.
Yeah.
Plus, with the reloading thing, I just always forget like that I can do it almost. So it's just like oh shit, I should just like dodge there, and then my gun would have been reloaded.
We're such chronic reloaders anyway. Like we reload all the time that it's just.
I know. I'm always like, okay, I just got through a battle. I'm hitting.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I am too. Like
it was a habit.
Right. I'm like to the point where like I reload after like 2 shots if I. Like it'll get me killed sometimes. So I'm like constantly reloading.
It gets me killed all the time.
I know. And then you're in your head, you're like, why the fuck did I just reload? Like, why did I reload? We weren't done here.
I'm so used to like Gears with active reload where I can shorten the reload time.
But we suck at that, obviously, as we saw before this game. Any other PvE things that you guys wanted to talk about? I don't think there's much. PvP is where they changed a lot of the stuff.
The only thing I would say, as far as new classes, I didn't actually get to play Dawnbreaker, so I don't know. But for Sentinel, it didn't feel as OP as I thought. The one thing I liked about Arcstrider is it seemed like the super lasted longer than the Sentinel. The Sentinel, I literally feel like you got it, and you actually better be ready to like go with that thing. Otherwise, you're gonna run out of it before you get to anyone. And the other thing is with the we'll talk about that in PvP.
Yeah, and there's like a little like time frame between like throws with the disc too, right? Because like I would like throw it and it would come back and I'm like, throw it again. What are you doing?
Right. Yeah. It's a little like you can throw it once and then like the timer goes back up and then you're like, no, I want to throw it again.
Yeah.
But, and then I guess I can mention it here anyways, but the other thing is like before with Arcblade, you could almost use the right bumper to close a gap on an enemy.
Not anymore.
That's not a thing anymore. If you do that, because we're going to transition to PvP. But like there's so many times I got kills because literally someone would pop it on the other side of a room and then just be like swinging and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep shooting you because you're not gonna get to me in time to actually kill me. So
are we getting into PvP then now?
Or what were we?
Is that what was next, or is there something else more?
No, there wasn't anything else. There wasn't anything else for PvE. I think. We were getting into the subclasses, so I kind of thought we could get them.
That, yeah.
Okay. Well, so like we're talking about subclasses. What was your Branden? Did you play all 3 of the new ones? Which one? I mean, which one do you think was the best or the most fun?
I mean, well, I guess I have a bias, so
taking bias out of it.
I would say.
Or did you? Let's just say did you like them? Let's just say that. Like,
I did. I thought all of them were pretty fun. Like Justin said, I had the new Titan Super wasn't as OP as I was initially expecting. Besides, I mean, for what Dawnbreaker, is that what it is, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dawnbreaker seems pretty awesome. But it's definitely not as like, I don't know. It's just like for those 2 when you first initially saw them, like you thought it was kind of like, well, damn, Titans and Warlocks kind of got the better end of the deal. And while they're both fun, I would say Dawnbreaker is probably more fun than the Sentinel. I actually do think Arcstrider is probably my favorite.
Yeah,
just because like the impact it has on PvE and the fact that it's it's still pretty useful as long as you know how to use it. It's pretty useful in PvP. Obviously, like you got to make sure you're using it in range.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was the most fun. Because like with Dawnbreaker, the whole hovering thing, I thought was actually going to be like a huge advantage. But like, I guess
too much.
Yeah, but there's so much. Aside from like one area in the control map that we used, like there's not much space, I guess, to really take advantage of it.
Yeah, I feel like in the map for the other one,
Countdown.
I forget what the name is. Yeah, Countdown. I feel like there's some space in that one, especially on
like
the
little courtyard area,
right?
The market, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, there's some space there. I thought that could definitely utilize it. I liked. I mean, I liked them all. I didn't play too much with the Arc Strider. I did it like once or twice, and I couldn't get the hang of the super. Like, I feel like I wasted it because I just used it, and then like nobody was there, or like I killed one guy, and it's like, okay, la-di-da. I think I also tried to mash RB to try and catch up to somebody, and then I was just like slamming. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
You find that out the hard way. You're just like slash, but it's like you're just slashing by you. You're not actually, going forward. So
yeah. But it was all of them were pretty good. I did like the changes to Striker. I like the changes to that, and I also like the changes to Voidwalker. I feel like Voidwalker is going to be really fun to play.
I actually didn't play Voidwalker.
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw the size of the Nova bombs. I mean, this shit's
they track.
Right, and they're giant. They're giant, slow, and tracking. I mean, at least for that perk set. So it was pretty fun to play with those. I'll be excited to play with those.
Yeah, I thought generally the subclasses, like, to be honest, they said they're going to buff up the recharge rates a little bit on like the supers and stuff, and I'm fine. I hope they don't move it too much because it seemed like you got one super a match in PvP. But it was always towards the end when it didn't really matter. If they could shift that more to the middle, and like if someone's really having like a really good game, they get 2.
Yeah,
then I guess that I would be okay with that. But I don't want them to move it too much, just because I kind of like that it was more about gunplay and like not wasting your shit, basically. Like it's gonna, because before you got supers if like you probably got 2 or 3 a match easily, as long as you weren't doing like horrible. On control.
I actually kind of thought that I like that it was towards the end of the match, because I feel like that could either help you just completely put the match away. I feel like it could help you come back, or kind of get you over the hump if you guys are going back and forth. I feel like it was kind of a good, I thought it was good timing that they had there. My other thought with it being so slow is that when they said they were going to increase the recharge rate, was it because they were going to put it on the weapons, like put on the armor? I mean, like I thought some people saw armor where it it would increase the recharge rate.
All I know is in that this week at Bungie, I think last week or the week before, they basically said that the build that we played was like months old, and that they'd already made the recharge, like your general charge rate for your super, higher.
Gotcha.
Which, like I said, I hope they don't move it too much, because like you said, I don't want it so early in the match that everyone's starting to get 2 easily. Like I would almost like if you only got 1, unless you literally are just having like a 30-3 match type thing, like really going fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and then I kind of agree with you guys, but at the same time, it's the fact that there's only 4 players now. I feel like you're not going to do much damage with it anyways. Like, on the off chance that you do wipe out the team, that's probably only going to happen once. None of the supers last long enough. Like with the friggin'
the gunslinger.
No, with a D1 with like the arcs. Warlock's arc.
The Stormcaller, where you could fucking take out an entire team, and then
twice. Yeah, you could probably do it twice. Go in the right direction. Yeah, I don't think it definitely doesn't seem like that's possible anymore.
Yeah, it also depends on the maps and stuff, I guess. But yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like you'll be able to go through those and like just wipe the whole team out. I feel like it's more still based on gunplay, but then like if you need that little extra boost, you can do the super.
Yeah.
But I feel like some of them are like the Warlock one that tracks, like it's okay, but then like you have the Titan one where you can literally slam, run around, slam again, run around, slam again. I don't know. I feel like that one's a little bit more useful in PvP as opposed to just throwing the bomb at one location, especially because you don't have to have more than one person in a control point anymore.
Right.
So it's kind of like, okay, cool. I wasted my super on one guy. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's still an issue in D1, but
yeah, I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like they made it so that it's a little easier to avoid the supers now.
Oh like, yeah, you just have to jump around and you can avoid.
Right, exactly. Even with the Void Walker, like you said, with the big ass
Nova
Bomb, like it's slower now. So, and even though it tracks, if you can get around enough like corners and stuff like that, you're free and clear most likely.
Right.
So,
yeah, I think it was
like
good. So,
anytime a Void Walker, pretty much as soon as you heard that noise, you're like, oh fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh,
right. I'm just gonna sit here and
just walk away. But so what do you guys think of the what's your overall thoughts on the 4v4?
I personally love it. Personally, the one thing I don't like, obviously, is that we usually most nights have at least 5, if not 6. So that sucks because now we have to split up either 3 and 3 or 4 and 2 or whatever we got to do. That part of it I don't like, but the actual like gameplay of it, I come from a Halo 3 background and Halo 4, and like that 4v4 Team Slayer type thing is what I used to play like all through high school. So for me, that's kind of more my speed, and it's kind of slower. I like smaller maps. That's just kind of the thing I generally like. I understand the people that don't like that, but for me, it kind of felt more. I don't know. We faced some teams that were just people that were pretty dumb. Like they just all stayed grouped up, and even though that was the other thing, I really like the HUD now that it shows you who's what class and when they have their super and stuff. Right, I do like that. But you'd see like they'd be like, oh, this guy's got like basically a crowd clearing super, and he's coming towards us, and we're gonna stay grouped up on B. So we'll just let him kill all of us right now. So like there's a few times I got doubles. Like I don't know. I really like that map too, the control map. So I don't know. It's really gonna depend on like the map selection. So far, I like it. But I do enjoy the 4v4 generally.
Yeah, the 4v4 for me, I liked it, but I still would like a bigger team, like at least just a bigger team kind of mode, I guess. Like maybe an 8v8. I don't know. I just feel like maybe they don't have the maps big enough for that. But like 4v4 was fun, and I feel like I did pretty well. But it just like once everybody's supers were gone, and then it just kind of felt like I don't know. It was just very. I don't really know how to explain it. Like with the 6v6, it was like, man, I killed 3 people because I'm controlling 1 point, but there's like you know the rest of my team's fighting the other 3 people. Whereas this time it's like, well, I killed 2 people and there's only one guy. Like killed 3 people, there's only one guy left.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Hold on, we got a comment here. Antonio said, wasn't it too slow, or wasn't too slow? Basically, I didn't think it was too slow because of the maps. The map size being so small, you were constantly running into somebody. So I mean, if it was like you're either going to turn a corner and find a teammate, or you're going to turn a corner and find an enemy, and then if you turn another corner, you're definitely going to find an enemy. So I feel like it was good in that aspect. Whereas sometimes, like on some of the maps in D1, you could run around forever and not find somebody.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, you could at least, if you like popped your super, you could find somebody at least. Whereas on Destiny 1, a lot of the maps you couldn't do that. So, but overall, I like the countdown. I really like the 4v4 on that. I believe Trials is going to be 4v4. But I thought it was the way that they've changed the grenades and everything. I feel like 4v4 will be a good change overall. Branden, what's your thoughts on it?
I'm pretty much with Justin on this. Like, based on the maps we had so far, which I thought were pretty awesome, actually. And you know, if they're close quarters, I'm definitely okay with the 4v4. Like I guess there was a few moments where in like control where I was kind of just sitting there because like I mean I guess I could have gone off, but I was kind of just holding B by myself, and then everyone else just kind of running around killing each other, and I was just sitting in there. It's like, anybody gonna try to take this from me? But other than that, I thought it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's what we get for playing the objective,
right?
We faced that one team. We freaking mercied them within like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah,
like we just wrecked them. Like we took B, and then we're just like, fuck it, take C2, and then we took C, and then like literally we just had the advantage, like the power play the rest of the fucking match. I feel like people started quitting.
Yeah. In general, though, I think with it being slowed down in the maps, I don't know if you guys watched the video of the new map that they showed that was on Mercury. It was one of the IGN videos.
I did not actually watch the video, no, but I know what you're talking
about. The map looked a little bit bigger than the one on Control that we played, but I feel like it's going to be very sweaty and competitive. Just the curves and everything that they make, it's definitely going to be like a trials map.
See, that's what I think. Here's the thing: is like this is kind of like just a general thought on Destiny 2 from playing it now. I feel like all the changes they've made so far were too, like even the things that have been PvE have been like just like the general overall game improvements or changes, I guess you'd call them, are because of PvP. They want PvP.
Yeah,
I think they brought it down to 4v4 because, like I said, Overwatch, also owned by Activision Blizzard or whatever, you know, a sister game, I guess, to Destiny in a way. That's got a competitive league now. Like Activision owns MLG. I'm almost positive after Destiny 2 comes out, there'll be a, you know, Crucible league of some type.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why. Is because they're drilling this all down. They know that esports is where the money is just booming right now. So,
and Bungie even said
really.
Yeah, and even I don't know if it was like a weekly update, whenever I think weekly update or one of the IGN things, they were basically saying like, we don't have plans to set up an MLG league, but if it happens, it happens. They're like, they want us, they want the community to set up an MLG league for Destiny. So I definitely I'm with you. I think it's definitely going to happen. Antonio said that he's got a feeling they're going to add a mode with more than 4 in a DLC, which I could definitely see.
I could see that, but I don't think it'll be any of the 2 that we know about. I think it'd be like next September's, bigger DLC or expansion, I guess you'd call it. I could see them being like, hey, we listened to the community. We're bringing back a 6v6 control or, like something like that. Like, here's or they'll just say, well, in private matches, you can do this. But the only problem, I think, why they can't do that is like that control map we played. There's no way you could do 6v6.
No.
That map would have been way too small for that.
They'd have to make bigger maps. But I think
I'd like to play like Mayhem on that, but that would be insane. It'd be just death constantly.
Well, Mayhem on that with those cooldowns would probably just be the normal Crucible in Destiny.
True.
So, I think they'll add one that's probably bigger than 4v4, but they'll also add like the private matches. Which you in the DLCs, and they'll say that they listened to us and added private matches. But you'll be able to do bigger than 4v4.
Yeah. The only problem I see with that is that and this it was more towards the end of like D1, where lots of times we were just kind of sitting there waiting for matchmaking to finish. If they kind of add a new 6v6 option, that's going to take away from a lot of the matchmaking for the 4v4 and might, and I feel like that was a big complaint for D1 for a while towards the end. It was just like, a lot of players had left and the matchmaking took forever.
Right.
And I feel like they might keep it just for that sake of, making sure everyone's trying to play one specific thing so that that's not a problem.
Right. Because what they did with that most recent bigger update they did that in spring was they literally cut down the number of modes that had individual playlists.
Right.
And now we know in Destiny 2, there's quick play and there's competitive.
Yeah.
Right. And from what it looks like, it's going to be like a grab bag of competitive modes, and there's going to be a grab bag of quick play modes. And based on which one you pick,
I'm thinking it'll be a lot like how Gears is set up now, where there's the social and there's the ranked. Whereas social is just like you play one match of a game type, and then you can vote for a new one after that. While with ranked, you specifically choose which playlist you want to play, and then you just kind of redo that over and over.
So with them having the playlist, do you think that we'll still be able to choose?
I personally don't. I think that they really just want all their players in one mode or another mode so that they're always populated, and it makes matchmaking that much easier for them. And that will also eliminate like, oh, I got paired with this guy in freaking New Zealand and there's lag everywhere. Well, now there's, you split up your millions of players into 2 playlists. Now it's a lot easier because they can just go, okay, this guy's near this guy, like say we're playing, they'd probably just find 8 people or 4 other people, because we'll probably have 4 other people between here and DC, between Chicago and DC, and boom, it'll be a better connection setting. So they already said they're not doing dedicated servers, and I think this is partially the reason why is they said, well, if we just cut down we don't cut down the modes necessarily, but we just put them in 2 playlists. Plus, they have already said that eventually they're going to do some type of rank system eventually after launch. They didn't really detail it, and they said they're still figuring it out, just like a lot of things. But I think once that comes, it'll be kind of maybe competitive will become ranked instead. But
isn't there? I thought I read something. Isn't there a server supposed to be some type of hybrid?
That was the other thing too. Is that, they said they did something with their server, and they explained it in the one this week at Bungie after the reveal, I believe.
Yeah. Meh. I mean, we'll see how those go. What about?
I just want no lag when I play Iron Banner. That's all I want.
Right.
If it's dedicated servers, if it's freaking undedicated servers, if it's not even a server at all, just can I play Iron Banner with no fucking lag? Where I go shoot some guy and all of a sudden I'm dead. I'm like, what happened? And then he dies after me, and I'm like, what the hell?
Good luck with that.
That's the worst. That's literally the worst thing in PvP.
That is the worst. What about?
I suck. I'm the worst, but
you are the worst.
When I finally get a kill, and then all of a sudden he kills me too because of lag. He should have been dead, but it just lagged out and didn't give him his death until after I died.
That goddamn leg. You can't deal with the leg.
Those leggers.
Shout out Melissa. So with some other Crucible things. I know, Justin, you like that assists count as kills.
I actually am on the fence on it now.
You're on the fence on it now.
But
it made your KD above 1.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like it. So let me explain. So when we were playing it, I liked it because for a player like me that usually gets bolts in a guy, but I'm not usually the one that finishes him off, it felt like I was still contributing,
right?
Still helping to win the game, and that made me feel more more excited about playing PvP.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, I liked it because I was like, wow, I'm doing really good. I'm gonna get over 1 KD every game. This is cool. What I don't like about that is it's kind of like it's like a smoke screen. It's like, no, you still suck. You're just doing what you've always done. And we're just giving you credit for it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like after the fact, when I was playing it that first night, I was like, damn, this is really cool. And I was doing a little bit better than normal as well. So that was part of it. But the problem I was having with it after, when I started thinking, I was like, well, it kind of sucks because if I was gonna, I should have probably had a 0.8. I ended up with a 1.1. It's not really a 1.1. It's kind of all it's gonna do is make the people that had 0.8s and 0.7s and 6 and stuff like that are gonna be 1s, and then the people that were 1s are gonna be 1.25 or 1.15, and there's just raising what a good KD is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't hate it.
I think I like it mainly because kind of how you were saying, Justin, it kind of makes I feel like it gives incentive to the entire team. It's instead of just getting all these assists and stuff like that, you're actually achieving something. You're actually helping out the entire team, and I feel like that expresses that. On the other hand, I thought it was awesome just because I was getting a shit ton of 5 kill streaks.
Yeah.
Right? And I was killing 2 people and shooting 3 others and getting 5 kill streaks. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Right. And in the matches with 3.6s and stuff.
Yeah.
Felt pretty good. I liked it.
But no, like I said, I feel like it I guess it is kind of a smoke screen, but at the same time, it's for those players that are more objective and like you're just kind of doing support, it definitely gives them more incentive to do that, have that role.
And it still rewards you for it.
Right.
Which is good. So it's not that you suck, Justin. It's just that before they weren't
rewarding me for playing the
right.
So
exactly.
That's the thing. Is like sometimes like control, for instance, like you're supposed to play the objective.
Right.
And back in the day, like you could in Destiny 1, say like you just were like, I'm solely focusing on the objective. But you were getting a bunch of kills, but there was just someone on the team that's like, I don't give a fuck about the objective. I'm just gonna run around and kill people.
Yeah.
That person would look better on the kill screen, but in reality, you captured 4 points, don't give a shit because you didn't, your KD was 0.5 or something because you were literally holding down the fort.
That's why I
guess the best way to explain it is that your KD now is just like a little bit of a white lie. It's just like like you're not really a 1.0 player, but you're helping the team, so we'll let you have it.
They should
now you and Matt won't be mad when I steal all your kills.
Right.
No, I'll be happy. I'll be like, look at I got a 2.0. Thanks, Branden.
They should change it to kills and assists. Kills and assists per death is what they should change it to.
Well, it's not even that. It's not kills. It's enemies. It's something. It's not even called kill KD. It's like I can't remember the hell it was. It was like defeat. No, what the hell was it?
Actually, I might have a screenshot to be honest, because I screenshotted my KD. I was so excited.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh my God.
I just remember seeing that it wasn't a KD anymore or kills per death anymore. It was like something else, but I can't remember what now.
What yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was. Either way, it was pretty high. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
What other, I mean, any other changes in PvP that you liked, or any other thoughts on PvP itself?
Control. I really like that A and C is pre-captured because that was kind of just a weird starting gun for Control in the first place. Like I never thought of that change before it happened in D2, but I'm glad they made it because like it just kind of like sets up that, all right, the match starts, go get B, like figure out how you're gonna get B, and it just starts off with a war, basically, like a battle, just a big battle just to start it off, and then the tug of war starts from there, basically.
Right.
So I like that. The flags being see-through, that's obviously good. I like that you only need one person to capture it now. Like a lot of people didn't understand that yet, but obviously it's a beta, so it was early. Because there were so many times we faced teams like their whole team was standing there. I'm like, you do realize you're not really doing anything standing there except for being an easy target because it's like elevated up. So I like the control changes. Countdown, it was a cool twist on elimination. I'm curious if that'll be the new trials mode.
People did not play that objective either. I was playing with randoms.
When we played, we did, and we fucking whooped ass.
Right.
They were all just like, they ran like the other way, and we're like, we got the objective. Okay.
Yeah.
Although I did feel like that was more about just killing the other team than the objective almost.
I feel like it was when you're on offense.
Not as much as I thought it'd be, but it was still.
I feel like it was still more about killing the other team.
Right.
Just because, like, if you kill the other team, it's over. But if you do get the bomb and you're able to detonate it or start the detonation process, then you could kind of run around and just kind of stay alive. Whereas if you're on defense, it's kind of like, well, why even focus on defending? Just kill them. Just kill the other team, and then it's over.
I also guess part of the issue was that we kept facing teams that didn't defend the bomb from us detonating it, starting it. So we just like walk up, start it, and then they were like, oh shit, they're at the bomb, and then they'd come back and we would just pick them off.
Oh shit,
there's 4 of us, and one person would come at a time, and we're just like, you're done, all right, you're done. So I guess maybe with a better team, it'd be a little bit different experience, but yeah, because like literally the strategy was don't let them get to the bomb, and win basically.
Yeah. So I found a screenshot of match results, and so the first column is just shows opponents defeated. And then the last one, instead of KD, it's your efficiency.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's what. So it does say something that I was kind of more hoping it would be. I was gonna say if there was like an efficiency rating like in basketball or like a war rating in baseball, that's what I was kind of hoping they would have. So they do have that.
Yeah.
Where it's not.
So it's Exactly.
So as long as if your efficiency rating is under 1, then you're absolutely terrible. you had a terrible match. Pretty much. That's what I feel like.
True.
So, but yeah, I like the countdown. I like the way the control was. I'm excited to see some of the other modes and how they work. And some of the other matches. I mean, the maps, obviously. So,
is there any maps that you're hoping they do like a remake and bring back?
Nope, I don't want to see any remakes. I want to see all something new.
See, I think a good map would be Pantheon.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, actually.
I mean, it would be cool.
You could literally have A and like the A, B, and C the way it is. I think with the new control rules, that could be a cool map.
Mm-hmm. The only thing
Maybe
I would
even change it a little bit.
Yeah,
but the only problem is.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Jesus Christ, Justin, talk.
Someone go. Where is that on Mercury or is that on the moon? It's on Mercury.
You just hit Mercury.
Mercury. Is it on Mercury?
The Pantheon?
Yeah.
Pantheon's on Mars.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in the Black Garden or something, right?
Yeah. It's
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So then most likely that won't be back because Mars isn't in the game as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones that could be potentially back are the ones that were on Earth.
True.
Well, I mean, why is that?
I guess we could do Mercury because
I mean, like,
well, I guess technically, like for instance, like in Destiny 1, there was European Dead Zone maps, even though you couldn't go to the European Dead Zone.
Right, and then we never actually went to Mercury in the.
Here, just remake Pantheon, call it something else, put it on Nessus, end the story. Done.
Yeah. The only thing I would change about Pantheon is that long hallway because it's that's not necessary anymore unless like there's a shit ton of power for some reason. Power ammo.
Yeah.
We could just like expand that back hallway and like make it curve a different way.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. So thoughts on the loot. So yeah, the loot on that. What do you think of the loot? I mean, there wasn't much. I mean, the loot.
The loot.
So I don't remember the names of them, but like they were all specific to like to the actual like you could only get those certain armor sets in.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one Crucible, one Strike, and then the one that you came with or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked the Crucible for the Hunter.
Yeah.
Really badass.
I like that they have the difference between the heavy and the not, and like in the not heavy, the agile version. I like that they changed the looks of that. That was pretty cool. I think. I'm also excited to see the shaders on the guns. At least what we're expecting shaders on the guns. And then whatever the mods are, I don't know if that's going to be like different barrels or you know what it'll be.
Mod's a pizza place, but. No, I thought as far as like armor design, it looked pretty good. Like the legendary armor, I thought looked decent. I'm excited to see what exotic armor is going to look like. Like we've already seen a little bit of what some exotic armor in like the like reveal trailer and stuff like that. They showed that one warlock with like those weird like Egyptian hunterish wings, or not hunter wings. Warlock has like the Egyptian like wings on its back. So I guess that's some type of chest piece or something. But I'm excited to see what like the perks are going to be. For stuff like that, I do like when I first heard about like the guns having a like. There was the one I think it was called the Nightshade. That was like the popular gun in the beta. I like when they said that Nightshade will only have one roll, period, and that's just the way that gun always is when you get it.
That's just the way it is.
Anyways, that gun, like I kind of like that almost. Because I feel like as long as there's enough guns and like enough like good and they do a good job of keeping everything balanced, that should help them with balance, I kind of feel like. To where they'll be like, this one gun is OP, or like this one gun is being used too much. We can just do that gun instead of every pulse rifle that is exactly like that gun, you know, that has a chance of getting a roll that's similar. Like instead of going like all high, you know, rate of fire pulse rifles are getting nerfed. They can just go, the Nightshade's get nerfed, period. That'll be more in line. It'll be a little bit easier for them to balance. And I think that'll be it kind of like the part of the chase, I guess you call it, is getting that God roll gun. Yeah. But and that's gone now in a way. But it's almost been replaced with now you're trying to just get the god roll gun that's already that everyone gets. So it's not as hard, which I guess isn't always a bad thing, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I like it a lot just because now I don't have to like take up so much vault space. Like
that's probably another reason.
Like three different guns while I'm trying to figure out which one has the best roll, you know. So
that's probably. I'm wondering if there's like vault spaces even gonna be bigger because like a lot of things were like, oh, they're definitely gonna do this, and all of a sudden they're like, no, we're not, and you're like, oh, all right.
What if we don't even have a vault?
That would suck.
Farm even known as a vault. Take me to the farm.
Right. Did you play any of that? What was the game that you could play at the farm?
Soccer.
Oh, is that what they just called
Football.
it? Soccer.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had it.
Yeah, it was actually. It was fun. Like I feel like people on Reddit kind of oversold how fun it was. It was fun, but I feel like 50% of the time someone would hit the ball and the physics weren't that great on it, so the ball would just go sailing outside the court and then it would just redrop in the court. When you score, like you would think that if the ball was rolling towards the net but needed a little bit more push, if you did like a slide kick into it, it would just push it in. It would literally just launch it over the net. And it's like, and you couldn't like run into it because like if you even tapped it, it was just like boop, kind of like the purple ball.
Yeah.
So I think they need to change the bounce mechanics on the ball itself, and it'll feel a little bit cooler. But it was cool, and like actually that whole farm area, since I'm the only one that has probably can't say anything about it, was really cool. It felt like it was bigger than the tower, but only because it was open. Like because like the tower's got the one main area in the middle, and it's got that area in the back that nothing gets used for anymore, and then it's got the two side hallways. If you got rid of all like the hallways and just took all that space and put it in one thing, that kind of felt like what the farm felt like. It was a cool space. There was definitely little like nooks and crannies where you could tell there's going to be stuff that was just blocked off by an invisible wall. So there, like under the one building, there was like Melissa had found like kind of like a tornado shed type thing with like the doors, but the doors were open and you went down and you just couldn't go down any further. So I'm guessing there'll be something down there eventually.
Could you talk to anybody?
Yeah, like the woods were actually pretty deep. Like you could go pretty far into the woods. There was nothing in the woods from what we could find, but there was definitely room for there to be something. I don't know what would be in there, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. And then obviously seeing that shard of the Traveler in like the distance was kind of like a weird contrast to what we've had for the past 3 years, which is the Traveler just sitting in the sky.
Yeah.
Now there's like a shard of Traveler just in the ground. So
wait, so it is the Traveler?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what they said. I don't know if they could change. They could also be like, gotcha, and then be like, that's actually not the Traveler. That's fart. I don't know.
Were there any NPCs you could talk to?
No. There was no NPCs, no chickens, no vendors, no nothing.
Huh.
In fact, where Tyra Karn, the Cryptarch, is going to be her little station, where she's standing because she's not there, there's like a window behind her that's covered with a drape. If you jumped at that window, you could fall through into the back of the building, and it was just like an empty space in the building. There was nothing in there, but you could jump through the window because she's not there. When she's there, you're going to only jump into her, so you won't be able to go back there. But yeah, that was the only thing I was kind of hoping. Even if you couldn't interact with them, I was kind of hoping they'd at least have the NPCs there. But they were more doing a stress test anyway, so it's probably why not.
Yeah,
but
right. Oh, this guy. All right, I'll let you out in a second. Justin has a rant.
Do you want to? Now that we've been talking about Destiny 2 so much, like I'm really hyped again.
Yeah, I don't know if you. I mean,
right,
you kind of already did your rant, I think, before a little bit, but I mean, it was your rant.
Okay. Here's my main issue with Bungie right now. It is nothing really about the game in particular. It's more about this whole shit. And this is probably because I'm an Xbox person, so obviously I feel a little shitty. But my biggest issue right now is just like every time someone asks them about, hey, are you gonna do something with the Xbox One X? Are you gonna do HDR or this? And they're just like, oh, we're gonna look at it. Or maybe they know damn well if they're gonna do it or not. For one, they're gonna do it because if they don't do it, they know that they're gonna get a fan backlash saying that, oh, you're favoring Sony for 4K and not giving that to Xbox. We already know the Xbox One X is more powerful than the Pro. That's not even debatable as far as what they're doing on the Pro. So like we're not gonna get 60 frames and all that. I understand that, but we're gonna get 4K, even if it's checkerboard 4K or dynamic. I think they call it.
Whatever
So
they call it.
my biggest gripe is just like they were asked once, and they're like, "Oh, well, we haven't actually looked at it yet, but because that's after launch, so we'll worry about that later." And I'm like, I kind of feel like, I mean, I get it, like what, but just like they could at least be like, we're definitely we're gonna do something with that, obviously, but we just haven't looked into it because obviously we're focusing on launch systems. And then after that, we'll get that figured out. But I mean, I guess that's what they're kind of saying. But at the same time, there's just the way they're dismissing it, like, we're interested. Like last time they were asked, they're like, we're interested. It's like interested.
Their PR through this whole process has pissed me off. It's just
that's kind of where my rant was stemming. Like
just
there's a lot of stuff that they've said, and then like someone's like, "Can you expand?" And like, no, and it's like that just leaves like a weird, like with the lore, like they're like, "Oh, there's gonna be no more Grimoire cards or lore. It's all in the game." And someone's like, "What does that mean?" They're like, "Oh, we'll talk about that later." And everyone's like, "Well, what does that mean?" Because there's some people like, people like the lore people on like YouTube and stuff that's like what they do. It's like, so is to code that stuff so other people don't. So it's like, I'm fine with it being a game personally as a player. I'm cool with that. And I mean, on the same level, some of these people are a little bit too entitled. Definitely. Some of these like communities, like Reddit, sometimes they can be like, they complain about shit that's like just so minuscule. Like, like, well, that's so stupid. I'm not getting the game. And then meanwhile, they just got back from GameStop pre-ordering it. So it's like, shut your mouth. Chop, please. But yeah, like you said, Bungie just needs to they need to let Deej and Cosmo talk. Do not let the people making the game talk, especially Luke Smith. I like him. He seems like a cool guy, but sometimes his answers are just very condescending, like cocky almost. And it's like, all right, that's not how you talk to the media, because they're going to take that and run it a different way. So,
yeah. Either way, I am hyped for this game. It comes out in a month and 3 days. My birthday week. I will be. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward. I'm don't know what I kind of want to see between now and then, but I'm ready for the game to come out.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like we're not going to get much after this.
I don't think we will.
Like, hey guys, it's August. Isn't that cool? And I'm just like, yeah, what do you got to tell us? Is there going to be some streams showing us some new stuff? They're like, we're going to be at Gamescom. That'll be cool. And then we'll be at PAX back home. And
that's it.
The beta for PlayStation or PC. So that'll be cool. See you next week. And I'm like, that's it? Like, there's a lot of, technically, there's a ton of shit that we don't have no idea. Like vault space and vendors and how the mods and the shaders and all that shit. I mean, I guess, to be honest, at this point, we're close enough where I don't care. I'll be like, just give me the game and I'll find out when it's there. But it'd be nice to know a little bit. But
well, I guess we'll see.
3 weeks.
I guess look back to like Destiny 1. Like, did they tell you that stuff before then, or did you just figure it out? I don't actually know.
I don't remember. I figured out everything myself. I mean, that and Reddit. So
true.
I mean, I'll probably go, a few days or a week before I try to get on Reddit and then make sure I didn't miss anything. And then that way I'll figure everything out. So, but that'll be my process.
Yeah. I think until the 7th, I'll just stay off Reddit.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan.
Because I'll be home the 6th. So I'll just be like playing all day or most of the day.
With me.
Yeah. Not Melissa, because you working like you're responsible or something. Or Mark, because you're responsible or something. Come on, Mark.
True. Mark works at a game store. He should just play.
Yeah. Mark's like, I'll just stay up late with Galv. And I'm like, what if Galv doesn't want to play with you?
Right. True. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for our MIDA. Look for a SPR this Sunday. Maybe some NFL soon, I think.
Let's do it right now. All right. Stop. All right. So David Johnson is the best running back of all time.
You forgot it. So yeah, SPR Sunday, we'll probably do a sports one. We'll probably do a MIDA, I think, after Destiny 2 comes out. Once we have a chance to play it and we can review it, and
maybe we can do like a hype episode like that Tuesday.
We could do it.
We'll just do MIDA leading into it.
That'll work.
No, because I might actually just get like 2 hours of sleep just so I can just have that much more time.
Probably makes sense.
Because literally, what's your plan, Brandon? You're probably just gonna play Tuesday.
I don't know
right?
because it doesn't come out till what 12
Midnight.
o'clock at night, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure something out.
You might as well just get home,
Because
go
you
to
could-
sleep the entire time until midnight, and then just get up, play, and then go to
Yeah.
work.
I got an idea. I think you're gonna get the flu on September 6th, and you're gonna play with me. And the only prescription is playing with me and Cal.
My doctor says his prescription is Destiny too.
Right?
Here's the note.
I got.
He needs
I got
vitamin-
a bunch of Titus.
He needs that V2, the vitamin D2.
I got that.
I do that vitamin D.
I got that
D2.
Red Death. I got that Red Death.
He got Red Death. Good God.
I got Red Death. I need some
All right.
D2.
On that note, we're leaving. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody who commented and listened. Follow us on iTunes, Facebook, Twitter. Lates.
See ya.
Bye.